Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2 Dimension Update challenge mode, and last episode we dialed in a couple of things on our crystal MAM. Now, keep in mind the crystal MAM has two portions. We've got the shape portion where we convert crystals into pins, and then we send it off to the crystallizer over here, where we crystallize those pins. And I think what I'm going to do is take this, which was another idea. I'm just going to plunk it up there to save it. But we're not going to use that right now. So what happened at the end of last episode was we got our first double layer shape for crystals. So, as I explained, what we need to do is on one section is we've got to create the shape with the crystal, and then drop these this 3/4 circle on top of this crystallized shape, then run that whole thing through a white crystallizer. Right? So let's look at this now. Right now, this one is set up for that white crystallizer because that is the top layer. So the question is, do we... That needs to go on top, or that needs to happen second. So, what? So this is creating just a 3/4 circle, as you can see. So that is creating our top layer shape. So we don't want that to get crystallized right away. So I'm going to disconnect that. And I'm going to go ahead and... Well, yeah, I guess I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that track because we don't need any more of those shapes coming in. So those guys are all... That's all good. And those are all getting crystallized. And yes, that is our top layer. But it does us no good. You can see right here. And then coming down from the bottom. Oh, wait a second here. What is this? Yeah. That's all good. So that is coming through and probably starting to feed into here. Anyway, that is not anything that we need right now. What we need to do is create our other shape first. And this is where I always get thrown off. So do we want to go up or down? I think maybe we want to go up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this whole kit and caboodle here. Then at the same layer, I'll just bring it up and do it right here. And in theory, this would be the second layer. Okay, so what we would need to do is come in here and set all these guys to be second layer. So the easy way to do that is boom, boom. So that goes down there. And down here. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these updated. And then we'll be back. All right, we're back. Took about 15 minutes or so. And it's just some grunt work. Luckily, it's only something that has to happen once per layer. That said, next MAM I develop, I want to not have to do this. So that is going to be a challenge then. All right. So the trains that we had activated are the white trains. White. So next, let's do cyan. For shape, yeah, we're going to come up here. And we will say cyan. It's going to head up that way. And actually, all the others are going to head up that way. But for right now, just cyan. And oh, right. That is going off to the that's the color train going to the crystallizer. This is the shape train. So again, cyan. And then this is the color train going to the shape factory as opposed to the crystallizer. Okay, so that's all set up. Now all we need to do is turn on some cyan trains. So there's a cyan shape train. There's a cyan color train, and then back over here we'll have a cyan. Actually, we'll have two cyan crystallizer train color trains. Okay. That said, there's nowhere for the cyan crystallizers to go yet. So let's get that all done. I'm going to copy this. Like so. Alright, this is not great. So I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna destroy everything we've just built. And move it up to right there. Let's get that connected, and then we'll get all that connected. There we go. Okay, so now we're getting crystallizer colors delivered. We're getting shape machine colors delivered. And we are getting shape machine shapes delivered. So this should be chugging along, building this base one here. This guy. Boom, boom, boom. So we should be looking at some green in the crystallizer. And wait, and no color, yeah, all uncolored in everything else. Now what I want it to do is take all this and deliver it right on in to that crystallizer. Because that's where we got to go first. Like this. And like that. Okay, now, while I'm here, I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm just gonna put it over here. Okay, so this is creating our base layer shape, which is great. And then that is going to come along out of here. Then it needs to be, we need this to go on top of it. So I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff. And yeah, let's just do this. Now let's just make sure here. Yeah, that's our top layer, but back here, this one hasn't been updated. Okay. So that's coming in here. That's coming out on the bottom. Oh, here's another one. Oh, I think I haven't created that yet. That is... yeah, this gets ugly, by the way. Extremely ugly. Was it these? It's not these. Those are yellow. The one I saw was cyan crystal. That's just color. Shapes and colors. Ah, here it is. It's this, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, why did that... Alright. Alright, there we go. While we're here... and let's do this one. Okay. Good. So that makes this work. Yeah. That is making that work. All right. So we need these guys to go into the bottom of a stacker and these guys to go into the top of a stacker. And what do you know? We've got a stacker right here. Boink. Boink. Now, this is a bit of a distance to travel. So I'm going to delete that. And let's put this guy there. So we can delete them in both places. It's not a big deal. And then we're gonna go on into here. So again, probably this is definitely not optimized. Oh, and we need this to be layer 1 plus layer 2. Or we have to just get rid of it. Yeah, let's not. Okay, so we're going to take this and over here. We're going to take that. and go into a virtual stacker. Is this our shape? It is not. So I'm going to exit, Shift F, and drop it. That is, but it's not. Why? Why is this not? Oh, because even in the simulated stacker, the crystal breaks. All right. So yeah. So we're gonna do this. Not that. We're gonna do this. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, there. All right, easy. Because this is our final shape. So there you go. All right, let's see where we're at. Are we getting any green? Any of these guys yet? Nope. Why not? What is going into the trash? Why is this going into the trash? Because of rotation. All right, what's the rotation that we actually want? This is what we want. What is happening here? All right. So yes, top left is square, then circle, spike, crystal. Square, circle, spike, crystal. That is correct. This is wrong. From the blue. All right. So I'm going to just cut that and let it build up. Because those are correct shaped, so no need for those to go into the trash. And then back over here. Over here. Yeah. All right. This is because, yeah. All right. All right. So this is because our stacking is wrong. And it worked on the top layer of the first time because it was 2 dots on the bottom. And I think it's working this time because there's 2 half circles on the bottom, to be honest. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I thought that was right. So our bottom... Yeah, that's right. Right. Oh. We want that to not... We want that to be that. I think we want it to be that. Let's go back here. I think this is just using the wrong signal. Yeah. Alright. Was this one using the... This should probably be using yellow. So this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will give the same effect. Alright, that one is all queued up. This one is starting to come in. Alright, now are they going to get past this? Probably not. I think those are going to go in the trash. Those are going to go in the trash. So let's change this to the one we already have copied. And now it's good. And again, this one should be yellow, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, why are you getting white crystallized? Ah, because we haven't changed this. Green. And here. Doke. Alright, so we're going to get some white ones, which will go into the trash. That's okay. And then this, yes, is correct. And here we are. Yes, I saw a white one. Okay, but we're getting full belts of the correct shape. Now I can claim this one. So these two are full belts of final shape. These two are full belts of the not yet crystallized shape. Let's see when they come in. Or before they come in, right here, they get swapped over. So we have the uncrystallized shapes coming down here and getting swapped into these two lanes, whereas in these two lanes we're getting jutted off to go get crystallized. So by the time it runs into itself again, it's crystallized. So that way I was able to build one machine basically and just duplicate it. So we're getting some guys in. There we go. Now we're getting the top row. Should go through. Yay. Alright, so they're coming in here and getting dropped, getting the shape with the pin dropped down on top. And then they're going to make this long journey down here and go through this this crystallizer, which will just turn that pin into white. So there you go. Now to the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a third layer and then a fourth layer. So these are going to just continue on doing these different things. And so let's see if I can get it lined up. And that. Oh, I twitched. There we go. Okay, so that gets that all set. And then we'll eventually have to do the same thing here, where we've got the stacker. So this would be, the third one down, and that would be the fourth one down above. Now see, here's where we have to be tricky, because we actually want cyan to go up that way. And down here, We also want magenta. Oh, did that actually delete those trains? And yellow to go up. Yellow and magenta. Magenta. And yellow. And was that our final shape? Nope. That was this one. Here's the latest on this guy. Oof. Can it create this one? I think so. That's a tricky one. All right. So now we've got these. I think, do we? All right. Oh, well, you know, it would help if instead of using the fluid belts, we used the shape belts. Yeah, it would help. Good news is it's all backlogged now. So we're going to have solid belts coming in. Bad news is we're getting a ton of these extra shapes that we are never going to use. And oh, this is getting close to here. Yeah. So I'm just going to do this. And let's do cyan into there. And again, cyan into there. CMYK, so magenta will go here. Oops, hello. Magenta. And magenta. And you can see yellow is still going up this way. Nope. Okay, magenta. There we go. Alright, so this will all be magenta. Then the top one, the last one, will be all yellow. As Coldplay would say. It's all yellow. And do we have enough room? Well, you know what? We kind of do. Without having to completely revamp. There we go. We're just going to copy this, and that. Those extra ones I selected at the end are our little guides. Which don't work. Does that not work? I don't know. Oh. Well, because it doesn't work because I didn't place it in the right spot. There we go. That'll work. And then this will go in there. This will go in there. And this will go in there. CMY. And we started with the K, or in this case, the W, the white. All right, come on. Why are we not done? All right, there's something severely wrong. That is our final shape. There's something going on down here. No? Ah. How did that not get copied? Oh no. Did that not get copied on others? No, it's there. And it is there. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, this could all be optimized, but here's the truth of the matter, my friends. I feel like I'm kind of done with this this build, and I'm ready to dive on to the next one. That said, I want to see this create a 4-level crystal shape with the MAM. And I want to talk about what we're going to do next in this series, in Gramps Games on the channel, actually. And that is, the next thing we're going to be doing is an insane build. And I have not actually played Insane before. So there you go. I have not done it. And in fact, I'm going to do Insane, and I'm also going to increase some of the other difficulties. So it'll be a custom Insane build. And what I want to do, one of the things that's different in Insane is you get up to 5 layers. And one of the things I want to do is build a MAM. Oh, there we go. All right. So now this is a question. I want to build a MAM that can handle anything, is what I was about to say. All right. So this is coming through. And it's green. Perfect. But this guy. Ah, look, that's working. Yeah, so for these next ones, we don't want them to go off here to get crystallized. And you see how these are passing through and not getting crystallized? That's what we want. This is working. That is so exciting. Because this is a null. Because this is just basically saying, hey, is there a crystal on this layer? And it says, nope. No crystal. That is very exciting. That's it. These should all be... Why are these not feeding into there? Ah. These are not feeding into there. So that's going to cause a backup. And the reason they're not feeding in there is because this is just looking to see whether or not there's a crystal. That's the problem. All right, so that's going to cause issues here too, I believe. Yep. That's why we were using the other one. All right. We're not using this. This is null because there's no crystal in there. All right. So is there a crystal on this layer? That's what we should be looking at, right? All right, shapes and colors, halves and layers. All right, if we change that one to cyan, it will work. Oh my goodness. All right. So temporarily, if we come in here and we change this to that, will be feeding stuff into the trash, which is what we want. Ugh, let's get rid of all that. Same here. But this doesn't work when there is a crystal. So, what we need to do is, if yellow is null, then it needs to grab this. So let's try this. Let's go back to yellow. That puts a stop on everything. What was that? I guess that one did work. Look at that. Boom. Exciting. Okay. If this is null. Okay. If this is null. We're going to come over here and jump into here. And we're going to say we're going to do a jump because we need room for that. And we're going to do a gate. And we're going to do a knot, which activates this gate. Which this then takes over up, but that's going to be circular. Wait, what happens when it's circular? Yeah. Goes back and forth between no. All right, that's weird to me, but all right, so we need to, this one needs to be shut off if it is null. So we'll take another gate. All right. I think that works. Oh. interesting. It didn't create a wire jump over there. But since this one's a jump, we'll make that one a jump too. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to delete those. And I'm going to take this. And should we try it out here? Yeah, let's try it out here by just doing this. Alright, so I'm going to move this down to the second layer. And then that's the second layer. Yeah, and that's showing us what we want. This one is off, so it's not sending this signal through. This one is on, so it is sending the signal through. So that should send these shapes through. It does. Excellent. That's what I love about the random nature of this game is once, you think, oh, we've solved for all cases, but no, we haven't. And even now there's cases that I know we have not solved for. I know that it's possible to have a oh no, we did solve for that case. I was gonna say it's possible to have a layer that doesn't have a crystal, but we're good with that. So look, these guys are coming in as our final shape, right? Let's double check it. Yeah. And these guys are all that final shape. And they're winding through the crystallizer, but not actually using the crystallizer. And then this is, yeah. So this should be jetting right on through. Now we're going into the trash. Why are you going into the trash? Oh, that's okay. Some were going into the trash. There were a couple of junk pieces in the beginning. But now they're coming in here. They're getting rid of these guys and replacing them with good shapes. All right. Well, okay. So I think we're going to call it for this episode. That is all working. These guys are not in the mix yet. And that's okay. That said, let's go ahead and activate some of these trains. Oh, is that it already? That was it already. All right, we know this one will work. That's no problems. Excellent. My friends, we're going to call it an episode, and we will check back in. I may let things run and get to the third layer, and we'll go from there. Let's do one quick check. That needs 1750, so we need another 535 research points. So how many turn-ins is that? Need another 50 turn-ins. Good. Plus. 50 plus. All right. So this is all set. Thank you so much for watching. This is Gramps. Signing off.